Hey, welcome back to my weekly real estate market update, sharing with you some insights this week. And the insight I want to share and discuss is the surge in new advertised properties coming to the market. More property owners seem to be getting their properties to the market at the moment than previous figures show us. So I want to talk about that. What is the reason behind that? And also an interesting trend that I think we can forecast for our lovely state here in Queensland. My name's Lee, I'm from Martinuzzi Property Group, and make sure you're following us here, whether you're watching this on social media, Facebook, Instagram, or on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the new properties that we're bringing to the market, recent sale results, market insights, and of course, community events. So let's get into it. The new listing surge. There are a number of new advertised properties coming to the market. Now, this is off the back of data provided by QLD. Over the last 4 weeks, they've seen just over 38,000 new properties advertised for sale, which is actually up 18% on this time last year and about 7.7% above the 5-year averages. Now, don't be alarmed. It is seasonal, and this time of the year, we do see more properties come to the market pre-winter, but there seems to be a larger number in certain markets and lesser in others as well. So according to the figures provided by CoreLogic, you can look at Melbourne, regional Victoria, and Tasmania. They have a huge amount of new property listings down there. And this is causing very much softer conditions where it seems the buyers now have a lot more of the upper hand in property transactions and negotiations. In other areas, for example, Queensland, regional Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, there is actually still a low amount of stock available for sale. Now, I have seen and observed here in the Sunshine Coast and in the hinterland areas here, a number of new properties come to the market. However, it's probably very seasonal. There is typically more properties available at this time of the year. But still, historically, there's still a very big shortage. And if you look at realestate.com, for example, there's less than 2 pages of properties in Palmwoods for sale at the moment, which is quite a bit down. The one thing I have observed is that transactions are taking longer and the total listing amounts are certainly higher. And that's because things are just taking a little bit longer to transact. Now, looking across the country, total listing numbers, and I think this is important too, they are actually still down. So they're still down by about 3% this time last year and 19% below the 5-year averages. So total listing numbers are still well below history and trends, but buyer numbers are still there, okay? The buyer numbers are there. There are active buyers out there. Yes, there are less buyers in the marketplace at the moment, but we believe there's still enough buyers out there to absorb this increase in stock levels, particularly in our state of Queensland. So that's an interesting trend, right? There seems to be a lot more properties out there. People are still showing a little bit of caution and uncertainty, and that's probably backed on the base of the cash rate rise. There's talks of the cash rate going up, and then there's talks of the cash rate going down, and that's obviously going to affect interest rates. So why is there this surge in new listings coming to the market other than what is typically seasonal? Probably the main thing is, financial stress on individuals and families. With the higher interest rates now and higher cost of living, a lot of people are probably trying to minimize the risk financially and deciding therefore to sell their properties. I think that's a key factor in why we're seeing a number of properties coming to the market at the moment. And here is a trend that I think we could see coming forward over the next decade in Queensland. And you can see this already. In Queensland, those areas that are recording the lowest number of advertised properties for sale, anything from Cairns all the way down through to Hervey Bay. And the reason for that is affordability, and the other reason is demographical changes post-COVID. All right, we saw a lot of demographical changes post-COVID, but the affordability is really a driving factor there. We're going to see more and more people that say, hey, I can't afford to buy in Brisbane, I can't afford to live in Brisbane, I can't afford to buy and live on the Sunshine Coast, and more people are going to branch out further and further, and that's going to develop at these regional hotspots. That's really going to develop these regional hotspots because at the end of the day, individuals and families want a home to live in and they want to be able to afford that and they still want a comfortable lifestyle. So we are seeing a lot of activity happening up at Hervey Bay at the moment, up at Gympie at the moment, and further out in other regional areas, we're going to see a lot more activity as well. So I think and believe that that's going to be a trend we're going to see forecast over the next decade here in Queensland. We're going to see these regional centres grow, and that's going to spread demographically the population across Queensland as well, which I think would probably be a good thing, to be honest. There's my thoughts for the week. Hope you've enjoyed this weekly market update. Again, Lee here from Martinuzzi Property Group. If there's anything I can help you with, please give us a shout, and have a great weekend ahead.